Believe it or not, my dad convinced me to go fishing with him, and wow, I seriously thought I was gonna regret it. But I actually ended up having fun, which is crazy to me because the last memory I have of fishing is when I was 7, I think. Probably 8. I was out with my parents and we were at this local park that had this big lake. My mom had brought folding chairs for everyone to sit on, and my dad brought all the fishing stuff, of course. What's even crazier is that considering being 7 at the time, I literally caught a fish that was the size of my face. Like, not even joking, you could put the fish up to my face and it was probably bigger than it. Aside from that, I'm pretty sure an hour later I passed out because of how hot it was. I think it was 90 degrees or something. I don't know. I'm 99.9% sure I had a heat stroke, but that doesn't matter. All of that was water under the bridge because I mean, what? It happened 13 years ago, give or take. So, you know, why would it happen this time? You know, it's totally not gonna happen again. Jasmine, how did he even convince you? Oh my god, wouldn't you like to know? Let me preface this by saying my dad is the type of guy who will randomly decide, you know what, I think I am gonna build a house right here, and then go and actually do it. And in the garage, he has this enormous storage cabinet filled with just tools and screws. Like, I'm telling you, we have a mini Home Depot in our garage. So naturally, fishing was his next project, I guess. For weeks on end, he's been watching these fishing videos on the TV in the living room, and every time I look up from my laptop, he thinks I'm interested, and so he starts explaining the videos to me. Like, I'm talking about these full-on rants about bait and fish and the exact water to horizon ratio that's supposed to y equals mx plus b the fish. Dude, I don't even— after he was done explaining, he was like, just totally come fishing with me. Sure, why not? 2 days later, we go to this lake and there are a couple people there, right? He brought this, what am I supposed to call this? I don't know, but it had everything he needed in it, okay? And of course, he'd also brought the 2 fishing rods. One ended up not even being usable because of how old it was, but it was totally fine because he just let me use his instead. After like 5 minutes or so, he finishes setting up the bait and then shows me how to cast it. He pulls the rod back, casts it, and I kid you not, the bait goes flying. Like, dude, I didn't even realize it broke off, and I'm looking at him and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, did you see how far it went? And then he just looks at me and he's waiting for me to figure it out, and I realize, and I'm like, wait, did it break? And we both started bursting out laughing. Oh my god, it was the funniest thing ever. I think we laughed so hard that everyone on the dock started looking at us. 10 minutes go by and we're just casting and reeling back. Not even gonna lie, dude, it felt like I was playing Stardew Valley IRL. Like, this was so great. Side note, the place was actually really pretty. If I ever went back, I'd probably just go for the sights and stuff. We ended up catching absolutely nothing, but it was still fun to at least give it another shot. I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10. Moral of the story, if you want to try something again, even though it gave you a heat stroke 7 years ago, you should totally go for it.